What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? I miss y'all. Let me know if you can hear me in the comments. Give me a shout out. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm trying to figure out where y'all are and what time zone so that when I do come on live, I can reach the most of you all and we can kind of see what's going on with us being able to link up. All right, Mo from Orlando, Latoya from Georgia. All right, not far at all from me. I'm right here in Florida, the top. So yeah, we're neighbors. Dallas, Texas. All right. Major from California, Mississippi. All right. How you doing, Tori? NYC, Lisa. Yes, ma'am. We got to come visit you one of these days. We're going to come to New York. Arthur from North Carolina. Yes. Houston in the house. Georgia again. All right. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me where you want me to go. And this seems like the same old story, the same places. We're going to start doing some in-person workshops soon, of course, adhering to our COVID restrictions and whatnot. But we got to get our businesses really, really strong and thriving. This summer is the summer because I want you all to encourage your kids to participate. If you have some of the community kids, it might not be yours, but you can get them to get interested in creating their own clothing brand so they can help you out and help push your business to the next level. We're going to be getting into all that this summer. And I'm very, very much into not just teaching, but also getting the kids involved. All right. So Lisa, you're in ATL? Okay. Yes, yes. Cheryl's talking about wash hands. Yes, we're gonna do that too. All right, loves. I miss y'all. I missed y'all last week. Had to kind of take a little personal weekend off. I was so overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, can't even tell you. But every now and then your girl gets tired too, and I just have to take a little mini break. So I am back this weekend and I'm excited. We have a lot of graduation requests. So oh, awesome. Nicole says her kids participate and watch the videos together. Awesome, awesome. So this summer, we're definitely going to be getting the kids more involved. We're going to be doing projects that they would find interesting, but at the same time, you're going to find it interesting too because it's going to strengthen your craft and your brand. And finally, I want you all to understand how much these kids are connected with the culture, the marketing, and forecasting. They know what's hot. They know what's coming up next. So we need to be able to tap into that and speak their language because a lot of times they're speaking something that we ignore because we're on this whole nother grown-up problems level. But those kids know exactly what's popping, TikTok and all. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, I'm glad you missed me, Teresa. So that means that we have some work to do. We got some catching up to do. Yes. So I am going to be doing a workshop here in Jacksonville, Florida, Jacksonville Beach. We're looking for the venue now and a good time frame. We're looking at the end of May as being our first date. And what you all really want to learn hands-on in person. And I'm working on a sponsorship that would help us with being able to have some supplies and stuff. But if that sponsorship doesn't work out, we're going to do it in 2 ways. Okay, so I'm going to be surveying you all in the group. So y'all look out. I know I pop in there every now and then, but I'm asking you all questions because I really want to know certain things like, do you all have large format heat presses? If you don't have the large format heat presses, it looks like the all overs are really and truly what a lot of our focus is on. So I want to start catering to that however we can. In addition to that, if it's not, some of you are not, your main focus isn't t-shirts, it's you're doing the mugs or the purses or the cut and sew type of stuff. So you all let me know what it is that you are growing your business with, what's selling the best, and what tools you need that I can provide to make your life simple. All right. Yeah, I'm waiting for this weather to like truly warm up because it has been crazy like cool lately. So it's not like the whole beach destination that I want it to be. So yeah, we're gonna look at late May. Congratulations, G&T Photography. You just got your Epson 6370. You are going to be running that thing. Yes. And that's the large format sublimation printer. For those who don't know, that is the big boy. The large format, I'm thinking in more in terms of like 31 by 37, 48 by, they have some 44 by 64, that sort of size. Those are like your commercial or at least your industrial size presses that are meant to do all over. And most of us have something around like 15 by 15 or 16 by 20, correct? And I technically, I have 5 16 by 20s. So it's about time that I upgrade to the large format. So I don't personally want to do a lot of pressing, but one thing about me is I'm not going to come to you all with something that I haven't wholeheartedly learned myself. And that's just how I, practice what I preach. So I'm getting the Sawgrass printer coming in, and I'm usually vouching for Epson, but y'all are saying that the Epsons are kind of few and far between. I have another surprise coming, which it's going to be announced to you all first. But some of you who have the 7820s and the 7840s, my manufacturer finally has some cartridges with the chips that you can change out. They are expensive, but at least you don't have to spend as much as you've been spending going and getting the physical cartridges from Epson, popping the chips off of those and then putting them on the refillable cartridges. So we're going to have that option available so that you can use your True Colors ink and that you'll be able to use those printers y'all bought until they come out with the chipless firmware. Okay. So when I say I've been fighting for y'all, I have been up at wee hours in the morning with these manufacturers overseas, like really trying to grinding to get some things going for you all. Some things I can't even share with you yet, but just know that when y'all tell me stuff, I'm listening, I'm hearing your issues, and I'm doing my best to help find solutions for those issues. Yes, let's get that maxi press. Please let me know how you feel about it. That is the one that I am thinking about. They have a manual one, and then they have the one with the pneumatic version. So let me know how you feel about that when you get it. Basically, whatever it is will take up my entire garage because I don't plan on doing a brick and mortar again unless it's going to be like a training facility. I don't want a brick and mortar as far as a store anymore because my goal is to train and to teach. So I know how I am. If I have customers, they're going to eat up all my time. Then I won't be able to teach y'all. Yep, the 44-inch T7270. Yes, that's exactly what it's called. And I do have that one. I like it. I like it a lot for the value that it affords me to be able to print the all overs, of course, use the True Colors ink. And then I'm also able to, swap out my cartridges and my chips really easily. So it's been doing its thing for me, definitely. If you're looking for a really great 13 by 19 printer, that 16650 is like fire. Like it is no comparison to any other printer out there like it. It prints my 13 by 19 prints in less than 30 seconds. Even if I'm filling up the whole page, it prints in about 30 to 35 seconds. If I fill up the entire 13 by 19 page. And y'all see my True Colors shirt that I do for my my all over split print press class. I do that all 4 pages in less than a minute and 30 seconds. It's definitely worth it. The 16650, not the 16600, the 16650. Okay. There's a slight difference between the two. The difference is like $200, but 3 times the speed for those $200. It's about $1,200 for that printer. All right. So I know y'all are excited. We can get a chance to catch up and chat about some stuff. I'm so happy to see y'all and talk to y'all. I am. And then, let's see, we have class on Sunday. We will have class this Sunday. I know I'll be coming to y'all the last minute, but I apologize. That is the artsy side of me. So I can't really apologize about something I don't really feel sorry for or I don't plan on changing. So I'm not going to say I'm sorry. I'm going to say yo bad. No, just kidding. No, I really do. I appreciate y'all. And I want to, like, every time I come with a class for Sunday, I do a lot of background work to make sure that it's something that immediately when we're done with class, you're going to hit the ground running with your design. Sell whatever it is that we do in class immediately. Like, I want you to be able to make that money as soon as that class kind of hits your screen and you save that file for the night. You should be ready to use that tool to make money. So I do put a lot of energy into these classes, and unfortunately, sometimes they end up popping up, you know, pretty much by Friday or Saturday, right before the Sunday that we're going to have that class. But I assure you, everything we do on Sunday is marketable. You're going to learn something, whether it's a template or not a template. You're going to learn plenty. And then at the same time, at the very end of things, you will absolutely have something that you can sell. Okay. And not just something that you can sell, something marketable. All right. Yes, and we're going to have some more discussions about that. We're going to start having some kind of discussion where we're just talking about the things that everybody wants to know about. Like, what kind of press do you have? What kind of large format printer do I need? What are my settings for Photoshop? What are my settings for the ink? All of those type of things. We're going to start setting up sessions like this, like we're doing for the demo. We're going to chat about those things, and I'm going to bring you all on. I'm going to bring you all on through this this StreamYard app, where all you have to do is click on the link. You have your phone, and you'll be able to show us your press and show us, you know, kind of your setup. And let's talk. Let's talk about our pitfalls. Let's talk about what it is that that we lost in the process, what it is that we gained in this process, because I'm sure we've both experienced a lot of both of those. And we're definitely going to start comparing notes, so we don't have to keep falling. Like, I don't know what it is about people that think that everything is you know, an exact trade secret, and we have to keep things from one another. But we need to be able to learn from one another in order to flourish, and that's the community and the network that we're going to build for ourselves. All right. So I didn't mean to get y'all on the pep talk. I just miss y'all. Absolutely, Samantha. That is an excellent question. Samantha asked, can I use this concept for a sublimation blanket? That is exactly what I want you to think of. I want you to think of things that you can use for whatever the substrate is, whatever the occasion is. This doesn't even have to be graduation. This could be anniversary, a retirement party. It can be birthday. If you're thinking of, like, even people that have race cars, right? Don't people with race cars love to see their cars on their shirts? So I want you to think outside of the box. So you can go to somebody that races in Daytona, or races those old school cars that they fix up and put their cars on the shirt. Like, they don't even care about them. They care about their cars. And those are the sort of things that I want you all to see, that you can market to those little niche markets, and they feel so special, and they will pay the premium to have a nice design, something that will last them for a lifetime. I always tell people sublimation lasts a lifetime. It'll never crack, peel, or fade. And you have this product longer than, you know, you sometimes than you even have the shirt. Like, the print is not going to come out. The shirt will tear up before the print messes up. And people are not used to hearing about that type of quality, but that's what we have to push with sublimation. Although it's a white substrate, we're pushing the pros. We're pushing people towards the process that we create, rather than them tell us, oh, well, you can't print that on black. And let's not let them push us to that. Let's grow what value we have with the equipment that we have. If you have a 13 by 19 printer and you have a 16 by 20 press, by all means, use a design like this one, this 13 by 19. That's why I like to create alternate designs, because this 13 by 19 still stands out. It looks really great, even if you print it as a 13 by 19, because it's large scale. You know, it's still large scale based on an 8.5 by 10, which people are used to printing on a shirt. And then if you wanted to, yes, you can do the all overs. You can use the split towel to use their 13 by 19 printers to split this up and print it and tape it together. or you can buy yourself a large format printer, which I will happily tell you all the things that you need for that. Or the middle step is, hey, I want to see if this large format thing is really going to be for my local business. So I'm going to order prints. You know, you can order prints from us until you get to the point where, you know what, I'm tired of ordering prints from Shanon. I want my own printer. And I got you there too. So all the way around, whether you're printing from your 13 by 19 printers, I help you with a solution for the split template. If you want prints from me, so you have a big old sheet and you don't have to splice those pieces together, I offer that. And then I offer you to be my direct competition. And I don't really see the competition like that. I see it as building my network, because then I know who out there has these large format printers, who out there has these large format presses, so that we can develop a network, so that if I'm backed up, I can contact you and say, hey, can you produce these 20 prints for me today? Or can you press these 20 shirts for me today? That's exactly what I would love for us to be, is a community for that type of network. Okay. So let's see, back to the business. So this template is not available yet. This will be available first to the people who enroll in the class on Sunday. Of course, y'all know whoever's in the class is going to get first dibs on this. They will get live access to not only the template, but I walk you through every single thing that I'm going to walk you through today. And we go through at a pace where everybody completes every step up until the end. Okay. So if you want to use this type of design for other processes or even other substrates, this is technically a big old wallpaper, right? I've just kind of created it so that it optimizes it for an all over shirt, but you can essentially break this down and make it whatever size you want for whatever substrate you want. All right. And Ashley, absolutely, when we go through, I will show you. And as a matter of fact, Erica, if you don't mind, can you put the link for the Academy? I'm going to, because some of you may not be able to stay up with me tonight, because I can already see we might be a little long-winded tonight. Hold on. Let me go ahead and pull up the Academy for you before I start going, because a lot of times when I'm doing this Photoshop, the internet, along with this live streaming, likes to get real goofy. All right, so let's go to academy.innatelab.com, and Erica's going to put that link in there for you, so you can just click right on that link. And there are 2 memberships, and the difference that I tell people between this $30 and $60 a month membership, if you don't do any of the live classes, I'm telling you to save your coin. And a lot of people probably wouldn't tell you that, but I absolutely tell you how to make the most out of every coin that you get and the most of every opportunity that you get. So with the $30 a month membership, if you don't plan on taking any live classes, you're going to get 4 courses that unlock in order for you every single month. And basically you unlock 1 course every week that you're a member, right? So as long as I have content, you will be unlocking courses because I'm coming up with stuff every single week that you all need, or you all telling me that will make your life easier as not only sublimators, but getting into digital art and hopefully just getting into building your businesses and your brands. All right. So along with this $30 membership, so you're going to unlock the classes. You're going to start with 101 to 104. You get those 4 classes immediately for free, okay, as soon as you sign up. And then you're still going to unlock your 1 class every week for the first month after that, okay? And I'll show you those 4 classes. If you scroll all the way down, these are all of our courses so far. And trust me, we're still building. That's 101. It comes with a brush pack. 102, that it comes with that template, and even the cartoons for that one, the different world cartoons. The 103, which is an airbrush template, is super, super popular and very easy to change out. And then you have 104, which is a popular one that creates kind of a neon theme and look, but you can use it for birthdays, photo shirts, non-photo shirts, invitations, anything that you can think of. You can use this this type of design, okay? So I might suggest that it be a birthday shirt. Of course, you're able to go in and use your imagination to push it further. All right, so those 4 classes you unlock the moment, the very second that you become a member, $30 or $60. And then 7 days later, you unlock 105, which teaches you how to create your own repeat seamless patterns, and also has a printable for the socks. And these are actually the socks that we sell at Innate Lab. They have the inserts already in them, so you don't have to worry about stretching them out on the jig. But and it also includes a mock-up from this class. 106 unlocks 14 days later. 107 is a program template. Y'all asked for that. That unlocks 20 days later, etc. So basically, as long as you're a member, you're going to unlock new classes, a new class every single week. And then eventually, let's say you want a class early. Let's say you want the graduation. That's been a very, very popular one lately. And I'm thinking of making this template one of these kind of combo graduation templates, but I'm not going to do it as a combo in class. You can just watch 125 to figure out how to do the combo. But the combo template, when we change out the elements of just the shirt design, it's also going to change the elements in order to create a graduation stole, an all over design, and the 13 by 19 design. So I'm going to work on tonight making this an alternate version so that you'll have that later. But in class this time, we're going to work on this design and the layout, changing the colors, changing the color of the confetti, typing in the custom text, all of those things that you all tell me seem so intimidating and it looks so complicated. I break it down every single class and make sure that everyone leaves with a final design that you can print and make money off of that night. Okay, so let's go on back. Where were we? Here we are. Okay, so with the coupon code, you get 67% off if you're a $30 member and 75% off if you are a $60 member. Now, the $30 members can use that 67% off to attend the live classes. So you don't have to be a $60 member to attend the live classes. What I do, my VIP members are very, very special to me. And I create a subscription basically where they pay $60 a month and they can attend all of my classes that I have in that given month, right? So it's really almost like I let them attend the classes for free because they are helping me create the content for the classes. So by being brave and coming to the classes and allowing us to record the videos and create this content for you, you're getting a chance to have first access to the templates, to have first access to one-on-one instruction. And for those of you who have never attended a class before, I want you to take this is a free class. Y'all can enroll in this. Let me find it for you. If you want to know what my teaching style is like, what my platform is like, I don't just tell y'all to follow my screen. For those of you who know who've done classes with me, you all know the format. But what I do is I do it on Zoom. This is the free class that I want you all just to try me out, okay? Basically, with my classes, I give you a template most times. We're working through this. I don't ever show you my screen. Most of the time, I'm not even working on my screen. I'm working off of your screen as the students, and I'm making sure that everybody's screen looks the same. Everybody gets pushed to the same point every time, and I'm able to not only look at your screen, I can draw on your screen. And I can say, hey, right click right here, and then I'll draw on your screen. If I absolutely have to, I have the ability to take over your mouse and actually use my mouse to do whatever I need to do on your screen. That's only if I need to. But most of the time, you're driving the boat, and not only are you driving the boat, you are actually making the content. You're changing out the templates actively. I'm not just showing you my screen and telling you to follow the leader. That's not how I teach. Cheryl, you're absolutely right. For the brush pack, all you have to do is double click it and it will load up in Photoshop. And the way that you know it loads up is you go right here to your brushes. And you see I have general brushes there, and I also have my Innate Lab brushes. You'll see that right there. Okay, Innate Lab brushes. All you have to do is double click it. Now, if your computer doesn't know that Photoshop is the program to open those brushes, then what you would do is right click. Let me see if I have it here to show you. And I don't mind installing it again as long as it doesn't cause any crash. Let me type in brush here. Okay. All right, so these are the just brushes that we use in class number 124. So these are going to be really quick to load. I'm going to right click and then I can go to open with. If my computer doesn't know to open something with Photoshop, it's probably because it hasn't been trained to know that's a Photoshop type file. So if you right click and go to open with, you can, if you don't see Photoshop here, go to choose another app. And then if you don't see it here, go to more apps. Then if you still don't see it, it usually will give you another option to look for this app. So I'm going to click there. I'm going to look for Adobe in my program files. And then I'll look for Adobe Photoshop 2021. And I hit open there. And I will look for the EXE, which is the executable file or the application file. I'll go to open. And you won't see anything happen, but what you'll see is if I close down this and scroll all the way to the bottom, see how it just installed 124 brushes? And we just had, for 124, we had a couple of brushes we used. Okay? Simple as that. Uh-oh, Maja, are y'all not hearing me? Okay, I was about to say, I hope I wasn't doing all this aimless talking. All right, yeah, you may have to sign out, sign back in, or close out, or refresh the page or something like that. And I apologize if there's anything on my end happening. Okay, cool. So y'all can't hear me. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so I just wanted to, for those of you who probably are going to bed sometime soon, I wanted to give you a heads up on what the Academy is, the value of it, because you all always ask me what's the difference between the $30 and the $60. I'm going to tell you right now, if you do 0 to 1 class a month, then just do the $30 a month option, because you'll still get 67% off of anything that you want to access early. Even when I have like the split template, this is the #1 thing people use the coupon code on, like because I offer my members, it's a $100 template, but I offer it to you all for $25 if you are a $60 member, and for $33 if you're a $30 member. So basically you're able to use this process, and I actually teach you how to press and everything. I don't just sell you the template. But the template breaks down the design that you have. It breaks it down into 4 sheets if you're doing a small to large. It breaks it down to 5 sheets if you're doing an extra large 2X. I think it's 6 or 7 sheets for a 3X. And then a 4X, 5X requires 7 or 8 sheets. I'm not clear on the math right now, but trust and believe I've done the math for you. But all it does for you is allows you to drop your image in, and then you're going to export the files. And when you export them, they're going to already be split up. It takes the guesswork out of things, and it makes you able to just perform what you need to perform, which is putting these pieces together and pressing these shirts up and pressing and showing off your beautiful designs. All right. So yes, you can use your coupon codes for that. The $60 members, y'all get a 75% off coupon code. That's my VIP babies. I love y'all. Y'all helped me even get this academy started. Most of the members that I have in the VIP that are still with me now were the ones like from day one. They were paying $60 per class. And if you can imagine, I was having 4 classes a month. And what I wanted to do was for my like my what I call my OGs, they were there literally from the beginning taking classes at $60 a pop every single week. And I said, well, how can I make it so that the people who are here every week who really want to learn and want to master this stuff can basically pay for 1 class and be able to take all of the classes for the month. And the people that are taking advantage to this day, who probably never missed a class or probably missed less class than me, are the ones that really and truly embody that whole VIP membership. They're taking advantage of the live classes and getting access to the templates early, because when you do the live class, you get access to the template immediately, rather than having to make sure that it unlocks on any given time schedule. So I just want to let y'all know that that is the main benefit to the $60 a month membership. If you're not able to do the live classes right now, we're doing them Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If that doesn't work for you, then maybe you don't want to do the VIP membership right now. Okay. Alicia is over there holy dancing. Come on, girl, get it. All right. So 50 plus, no, you don't print on cotton at all. Sublimation is definitely, it doesn't have to be 100% polyester, but most of the substrates that you print on will be 100% polyester, or at least 90% polyester. Okay. That's just the sublimation process. Of course, all of these templates, they're Photoshop artwork. So you can take them and put them on other substrates and use other printing processes, such as if you wanted to do directed garment printing, if you're doing the like laser transfers or the inkjet opaque transfers, absolutely you can use those. But the beauty of sublimation is that we're borderless. And I say that literally because everything that we print, we make sure we don't have a square. We have some kind of like advantage to show you, hey, this isn't just printed and heat pressed. We are creating artwork, and we do our best to blend off our edges so that it gives you a unique and very nice artistic feel. Ladyface, you upgraded the $60 membership just to get the early access to the templates. I think it is worth it, especially when you all are telling me what it is that you want to learn. Like, we're doing graduation stuff now because you all are telling me you want graduation. We did Zodiac stuff because you told me you wanted to do Zodiac. So our new classes are going to be the the up and coming type of things, the trending type of things. The TikTok is trending. So if you all are telling me what you want, then yes, that immediate access to these type of classes, even if you're a new member, as long as you are coming to the class, you get early access. Okay. All right, love. So let's see. I am going to choose the winner for the night. Y'all, I gotta tell y'all blew me away with the images that you've been providing as of late. Y'all are really stepping it up on the photo game. So I had a lot of great options. And I will tell y'all what, I'm doing another, it will be graduation, but it'll be a Pops inspired setup. So when I say Pops inspired, you know how what is it? Was it on Boomerang where Pops was saying you got to coordinate? So we're gonna do a coordinate package, and it's gonna be tie, cufflinks, pocket square, and a belt as well. A belt that we'll be able to sublimate. And then I'll have the substrates that you can purchase from me, or you can purchase elsewhere. But I'm going to make sure that our templates fit those substrates. And one of them is going to be a graduation theme. And then the other one will be a more, standard kind of Father's Day type theme. So we're working on that one coming up. But I'm just giving y'all a heads up that we're going to do at least one more graduation one. So the photos that you all submitted, if I don't use your photo today, it doesn't mean that I won't use it for a project that I have up and coming. Okay. But if I ever do use your images that you submitted, I got to show y'all these pretty pictures. When I tell y'all, I feel bad because I already decided which one I was going to do, which I need me a gentleman. I need me one of these good looking kids here, the boys to represent, because I have all these beautiful ladies and I want some handsome young men represented on the templates and on the website. So, but I have all these gorgeous pictures. Y'all look at y'all stuff. Look at y'all's babies that are just gorgeous, or who are just gorgeous. And even some images of yourselves. So we're going to do some more graduation stuff. So if I didn't select you tonight, it's okay. This one is from almost 2 months ago. So who is this? Jaylania, and I might be saying your name wrong. And if I am, then you absolutely get this template for free, because even though it was 2 months later after you submitted your photo for that night, you didn't get chosen that night, but I still use your photo. So that means you're going to get this template for free. Okay. Yes. And I'm just so in awe of all the things that you know, everyone has been going through, especially these graduates, these babies who are growing up in these COVID times right now. I'm super impressed and proud for all of them. All right, so let's go ahead and get on with this thing. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and call this one photo 1. I'm going to call this one photo 2. Now, of course, the stuff that I'm doing right now, I'm going to be moving a little fast. This is not how class goes. This is a demo. What the demos do is 2 things. One is it kind of shows you without having to go through the class what we're going to do in class. And of course, it gives you a refresher if you need to go back to it after class. And then secondly, well, probably firstly, it helps me get it to where it is teachable content for you. That is a template that you all can follow along. So as I'm going, I'm cleaning up my files and I'm getting them ready for you, okay? All right, so we're going to group this and I'm going to call this folder photos. All right, and we have photo 1 and photo 2. So the first thing that we're going to do in this is we're going to change out the photos. So photo 1, I'm going to go ahead and make this canvas size a little bit bigger. (13 by 13). Now proceed here. And this is just so that when you put your image in, you'll be able to basically place it right on top of this one. So that's what we're going to do right now. And of course, I have to cut out my image, but we'll do that in just a moment. So I'm going to replace this one with my main graduate image, okay? So I have this handsome young gentleman here, Charity, Yasmin. If you are here tonight, then oh, you see him. So Charity, if this is your baby or the image that you uploaded for the chance to win the free template, you got that free template, lady. It's yours. Okay. All you have to do is give me your email and I will enroll you in the course when it is when we finish recording it. Oh, Yasmin, I thought that was you. Yay, you're here. So put your email and then I'm going to copy it. Hopefully I can get it from here. Yep, I'm going to copy it and then we'll give you access to the class. It's not for the live class, it's for the pre-recorded. But if you happen to be a $60 member, then definitely join the live class with us. And if you cannot join the live class with us, I understand completely, but you will have access to the class. Awesome, awesome. And I'm copying this. Yes. Also, you can message Erica Kane in the Innate Creators Facebook group, and that would work as well. Thank you, E. I appreciate that. All right. So I am making my little note right now because y'all know if I don't do something right away, then it goes to my endless to-do list. There we go. And that's going to be the winner of the 130 template. All right. Cool beans. Let's get it going. All right. So I pulled the image in. Now, I tell you all, you can do a couple of things. You can do remove BG. I've been playing a little bit with this option in Photoshop. So I'm going to show y'all that tonight, where when you select either the magic wand or quick selection, or even the object selection, one of these, I'm going to choose the quick selection. It gives me the option to select the subject up here. So we're going to play with that this time. We haven't really used that in class because we've been doing the whole, remove your stuff with remove BG prior to class. And that's just the comfortable method that we've been using for a while. I want to start exploring using the select subject here because it has gotten better and more powerful in Photoshop. Now I'm going to go to select and mask, because I want to see what it's really cutting out, what it's really letting through. And this looks good here. It did a great job of cutting out. It does not always do this, especially if you have a poor resolution image. This happens to be a great image, so I'm happy. That's why I was so excited. Y'all gave me like good images. You know how our customers will do us, give us a screenshot of a screenshot from a Facebook post. And Y'all gave me some good images, so that excites me as well. All right, so now that I have these marching ants here, I'm gonna come down here to the bottom and add a layer of mask just to kind of trim all that off, and it basically got rid of my background. Now, if oh, this is what I need to do. Before I do that, I'm gonna have to do this over again, y'all, because I forgot. I need to rasterize that layer and then make it a smart object. And when I do that, the smart objects, it's not intimidating. I know people want to get intimidated by all these special terms in Photoshop. A smart object is just preserving the image as if it was its own little Photoshop file. That's all we're doing here. So I am just rasterizing it, and then I'm going to turn it into a smart object. All right. All right, so when I double click on it, smart object, there it goes. And then let me go ahead and change the canvas size here like I did before. Let's make it, let's do this one 18 by 16, keep it there in the center. All right, so I have some good imagery up there. And let's do the same thing for photo 2. Let's go image, image size. And because this one is more of a big, like full body image almost, I'm going to do 24. Oh, not the image size. I want to do canvas size. So the canvas size, I'm going to make this, let's say 26. Make the width 14. Lock it there in the middle, just so I have some extra space up there. All right. And now that these are smart objects, I can go into them, edit them, and when I save, it's going to automatically update my parent file, okay? So we're going to see that magic happen. Just now, we're going to drag and drop that image again. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, Control minus a couple times, and Control plus now that I can see my extents of my artboard. I'm going to do the select subject option again. And then I'm going to go to select and mask. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit here because I can also tell it that I want to refine the hair. And sometimes, see how it got a little more of that blue out of there? It got real close to the hair there. And I love that. And I love that Photoshop now is more capable of maintaining the texture of the hair, because I hated when I would see images and like instead of them actually like taking the time to get the contours of the true hair and the texture of the true hair, like people just make it a you know, a little bowl or something. Like that's not cool. So Photoshop has definitely gotten better with that. So I'm happy to see that. And let me go ahead and hit this little layer mask here. Oh yeah, that did really well. So now I'm going to turn off the previous image. And y'all know me, I don't do these hard lines. We say no to the hard lines. So in order to basically fade those off, I'm on my layer mask. I'm going to grab my paintbrush and choose a soft round brush, okay? Soft round brush is just basically a brush that has a hardness of 0 and a opacity. I'm going to make sure my opacity is 100. And it just has this faded off edge. Now, if I bring my hardness all the way to 100 there, you see how it looks like a hard, basically no fuzziness whatsoever, but soft gives me all the fuzzies I need to fade this off, okay? There are appropriate times for a hard brush and appropriate times for a soft brush. I use a soft brush more than I use a hard brush. Okay, and all I'm doing is I'm just painting away at these edges, and I'm not deleting anything from my image. I'm not deleting any pixels. What I'm doing, if you see here, white reveals and black conceals. So I'm painting black, and it's almost creating a window of what allows the image to come through there. All right, so I faded that off. I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to exit out of here, but then I have to tell it, yes, I want to save it. And it should automatically update in my artwork here. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and change out photo number 2. So I'm going to right click just so I can find photo number 2, and it'll find it here in my layers. Then I double click on the thumbnail, and this time I'm going to bring in my photo number 2. Y'all send me some awesome images of these beautiful babies. This one's great. So if I want to remove the background here, I'm going to do the same thing that we did before. I'm going to go ahead and choose my selection tool, go to select subject. Now, here's the thing. When you take pictures in front of brick walls, there's probably, now this one actually did a decent job. I see a little bit here where it got confused and it doesn't think these jeans should be in the picture. It thinks like it's the inside of an elbow or something. We can modify the selection. So that's why I want to go to select and mask. And I use red, but you can use another color. Like if it has red in the design and you want to use teal, you can change out the color so that you can really see a contrast of the image that you're keeping and the part of the image it's going to take away. All right, and I already see here that I have some issues right here inside the arm. So I am going to choose to take away. So I'm going to choose the minus here, and it has a little tiny brush right there. And when I paint with that brush, it's going to do a little bit of thinking. It's not immediately going to take it away. It's trying to think and distinguish between what you want to keep and what it thinks you should keep. So it is a smart, it uses the AI in order to determine what it's going to keep and take away. And sometimes it's wrong, sometimes it's right. I can bring up the size here, and you see how my my cursor is bigger. Now it's going to sample more pixels when I do that. Okay, see how it thinks for a second and goes back? And I think I took away a little bit too much here. So instead of the minus, now I'm going to go with the plus, and I'm going to grab that wrist there back. You see how I added it back? I also have this issue down here. Now what I can do is I don't have to use the brush. I can use my lasso tool. And for my lasso tool, it's on the addition selection. You also have a subtraction selection. And I'm just going to add this to my current selection. Boom, real quick. There we go. All right, everything else looks good. The hair looks good. I don't see any extraneous colors. I spoke a little too soon. I have down here on the foot. So I can use my lasso tool if I wanted to draw this part out, but I need to use the minus, okay? So now that I'm on the minus, I should be able to just draw that out real quick. There we go. And more than likely, I see that it probably took away some of the shoe that it shouldn't have. And I can kind of guess, like do a little over guessing there to bring it back. Oops, what am I? Oh, I'm on minus. But in actuality, this isn't my main concern because it's going to be behind the word. So I don't want to focus too much on that. I don't want y'all to get too wrapped up in it. But if I did want to play with that, I could absolutely clean that up. All right, so I'm going to say okay here because I think we have selected what we need. And again, we're going to hit this layer mask tool, turn off our previous image, and that looks good. Let's go ahead and close out and hit yes to save. All right, and then I may end up Control T, transforming this image a little bit bigger, depending on the orientation, because he's squatting down now instead of standing up like the original image was. So, and like I said, see how those shoes aren't even visible? So sometimes you spend so much time cleaning up the background that it's not even necessary. All right, and it looks like school colors are blue, like a royal blue. Is that royal blue and gold? Let me know, Yasmin, if I got that right. Is it royal blue and gold? All right, so while I'm waiting on that, I know there's a delay here. So I'm going to go ahead and I know the royal blue is here because I see it in the robe. And, oh, it's navy and gold. Oh, okay. Well, let me do this then. Let me show you. I guess I get to show y'all a little extra then because it looks royal blue in the photos, but I can definitely make it more of a royal. Now, what is the school so I can put the logo on here and I can look it up. And then if you want me to put his name on there too, go ahead and type the name for me and I will update all of that for you. So basically when you see this template, it's going to have these modifications on it and it will basically be ready for you to print. And that's the other benefit when I pick your images. I'm pretty much giving you a ready to go design. It's done, ready to hit print. And that's another perk to submitting your images in order to try to get the template in the class for free. All right, Yasmin. So while I'm waiting on that, let me see if there's anything else that I can change. I got some what I call smart colors in here. And my smart colors, let me go ahead and bring them to the top. All right, and I'm going to change this opacity to 0 so you don't see it. So I have smart color. This is smart color 3. Wherever you see smart color 3, it's basically going to recolor our image. So then we're about to see some magic happen. And I think I showed y'all in the last video how to make smart colors. Let's see. Smart color 3, there's smart color 1 and smart color 2. So I usually try to do 3 colors, and even though I'm doing 3 colors, I'm rarely doing 3 different colors unless it's just a real kind of crazy colorway. Usually one of my colors are going to be neutral, if not 2 of my colors neutral. Gotcha. So Potomac High in Maryland. Let me see what I can find for that. And then I am looking for logo. Is that it? The Wolverines? Yeah, I see that they use the royal blue sometimes and they use the navy blue sometimes. And I see they use like the old gold, and they also use like the Vegas type of gold. So now this is saying that it's 1920 by 1600, but let me open it up, the image in a new tab. It's just really pixelated. However, let me see. I might be able to find a better version of this. Let me see. Let me show y'all how we can look for it. Right click. I'm going to save this image. All right. And then I'm going to go back to my Google image search. And instead of typing in a search, I'm just going to drag and drop it there. And see what we get. Visually similar images. That looks like as good as we're gonna get right there. Yeah, that one's 288 by 288 pixels, so that one's tiny. And this one just says it's large, but it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and use it. And then I'm gonna take the purple out of this because I see some purple in here and it's not the best navy. So let's see what we're gonna do with that. All right, so as far as the logo goes, I'm gonna right click on this logo. It is a smart object, or here we have school logo -1. Let's double click on it. And right now I have the B. I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop. Drag and drop the image right here from the internet. Drag and drop it right onto my Photoshop. And this is a problem that you all were having with your logos. And I see we're having this problem right now where the white is not really white behind there. So I'm going to show you what to do for that. So let's turn off the B. You see we have some missing white here. I'm going to use my magic wand tool. Oops, on the wrong layer. Make sure I'm on the Wolverine layer. And let's make sure that contiguous is selected. So I only want to select the parts that are touching. Okay, so we got all of this outside meat. Then I'm going to select inverse. So now I have the inside meat selected. I'm going to do a select and mask just to make sure that my edges are smoother because we have such a jagged image, and I have smoothing up to 23 and my feather up to 1. It'll make it look a little more smooth. All right, now I have to create a new layer. And that new layer, I'm going to paint with white. So I'm going to grab my paint bucket and I'm going to choose my default color, hit my switcheroo button to put my white in the forefront. Bam, I colored that white, and then I'm going to drag it below the Wolverine logo. So now when I do Control D to deselect, get rid of my marching ants, I can see it's not the cleanest image, but it is the school logo. All right, now I also can see that there's a little bit of purple in here. So what we're going to do is go to our adjustment layers here. We're going to do a hue saturation. I'm a stickler about colors. And sometimes that's a hard thing to be in the sublimation world. Sublimation doesn't guarantee you a darn thing from what you see on your screen to what it prints. We all know that. All right. That's why I try to develop the True Colors ink and setup to where you don't have to have ICC profiles and guess whether this is going to print blue or blurple. I don't like blurples. I don't like orange reds. I don't like pink reds. I don't like blacks that aren't really black. So when I sought to develop the True Colors, that was my whole point, was to get you to where you can pretty much focus on your work, your artwork, your printing, and not finicking with the print settings and ICC profiles and things that that pretty much just make sublimating more of a nightmare than a tool for your business. All right, so I'm going to manually make this a little more blue. All right, so I'm on my hue saturation layer. I'm going to take my little finger here, the little finger tool, and I'm going to touch on that area here. Now it says it's blues, but let me show you something. If I bring it towards the greens, it becomes more of a true blue. If I bring it to the right towards the magentas and the purples, it becomes more of a purple. So what I want to do, if I go back to zero it, that's where it was. I'm going to bring it negative to this hue, but so that it is more relatively blue towards the greens than it is purple towards the magentas. Okay, so if you see that right there, cleaned it up a lot, just making it look a lot more blue. All right, so I'm happy with that. I'm actually going to right click and let's delete that layer mask because I don't need it. I want to merge this down. Oh, it won't let me merge it because this is still a smart object. Let me rasterize that and right click. I'm going to merge this down. And what that did is that the hue saturation adjustment that I did just became permanently a part of that logo. So you don't have all these different layers. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to merge those layers. So now that white fill that we created is all combined. And like I said, it's not the best logo, but it's definitely going to work for what we need it to work for, okay? Now, here's the magic. When I exit out of this, I have to hit yes to save. If you don't want to chance it on there, you could also hit file save, okay? So, all right, so there's our logo, updated and new, looks good. Now, same thing here with the graduation gown. It's like a royal blue. I don't know if it's going to be royal blue, but I'm going to show you how to make it darker. So I can right click on that photo, and I'm just going to go ahead and double click into the photo. All right, here we go again. We're going to do a hue saturation layer change or layer adjustment. And then again, I'm going to click on my finger tool and I'm going to pick the color blue. Okay, and the reason why I do that is because sometimes it'll be blues that you're picking, and sometimes it will be cyans that you're picking. If you see, you have some options here. And this tool will help identify what color it is that you really want to change. Now, one thing I do is I turn the saturation all the way off, and then I crank it all the way up. And I see where's blue. You see there's actually blue in his hair. Do y'all see that? It's blue in his eyes. May even be the light where they're taking the photo has blue in it and it's reflecting. or it might even be like a green screen or a blue screen or something. But all I know is it's affecting the photo, right? So I'm going to bring the saturation back to 0. I know that I'm affecting my blues, and the blue itself is a fine color, but if I want it to be more navy, I'm going to take the lightness and I'm going to bring it down for just the blues. You see how I made my blue now it's navy? And I'm good with that. I can hit yes to save those changes, see what it looks like. Oh, E, thank you for reminding people. Yes, I did a sale for y'all because y'all wanted another sale. I am going to do another flash sale May 1st. Okay, so be prepared for that. Where usually when I do a flash sale, it will be some percentage off. Sometimes it's something crazy like 50% off. Sometimes I'll have 20, 25, 30, 35, 40% off. Whatever the percentage off is going to be for a very short period of time, and it'll be for everything, including the templates, the ink, the substrates, the print head cleaner, all of that good stuff. I usually have the whole store on sale for a very short period of time. And that helps a lot of people out because then they can stock up or get what they need supplies wise. Like I said, I'm always looking out for y'all. It helps me too, because even though y'all get it at almost cost when I do my 50 or 40% off sales, you all get to experience the product and brag about it to other people. And then it helps me too. So we are all in this together. This is a symbiotic relationship. We help one another. And I usually do that one day per month, or one weekend per month. I'll do like a flash sale. Okay, but yes, the ink right now is on sale 50% off. I don't do 50% off often. I think I've done it once before. So the ink right now is 50% off. So are the cartridges for the 7210s and 7710s. Those cartridges are on sale 50% off right now. And it's flat rate shipping, so it's $9.99 no matter how much you order. And that, yes, you're welcome. And that says, thank you. Yes. So I'm telling you all this on the live. I haven't told anybody when the flash sale is going to be. It is actually going to be the last day in April. So it's going to start on that Friday, which is the 30th. And I will let it go on until that Sunday, which is May 2nd. Okay. So y'all are getting the scoop first. So y'all, and I probably won't even announce it until that Friday. So y'all have the scoop a whole week early. Awesome. And somebody just purchased two right before I did the flash sale. And I am a type of just loving person that if I see that someone just ordered and we just happen to, now I can't say I'm always going to do this, but if I caught it, there was an order that someone ordered right before the flash sale started. So I went ahead and just gave them an extra set of ink because basically they paid full price. So we do stuff like that too. It's not always a guarantee that we're going to catch it, but when we do, we look out for you all. Okay. All right. 50 plus. Oh my gosh. Yes. Well, I don't have them in hand yet. They will be here this week. I have a sample set that I'm trying out for the 7820. And this is new because nobody else is really offering them. So I am really excited to have the ability. They are very expensive. I think it's around $40 to $45 for the set of the cartridges with the no, just the chips themselves, but the cartridges come with the chips, and then you can buy the chips separate. And basically what you have to do is, it's just like the wide format Epson's. Epson's making it harder for us to use these desktop printers because they want to sell you their sublimation printers, but then they don't want to have the sublimation printers in stock, like the F570 I can't find right now, because I was going to purchase one to review for you all. But nonetheless, Epson wants to stop people from using Epson printers for sublimation, and they're making it a lot harder to identify the technology that's required for those chips and those cartridges. So I do have a set that's coming in from my manufacturer, and I'm really excited to try it out, because if it can be a solution for y'all, then I want to make certain that that I'm able to provide that to you all. Awesome, awesome. And then what I'll do too is I will make sure that with the True Colors ink, the profile, that's the and I actually bought, I don't need any of these printers anymore. I've been collecting these printers for y'all. So it's the 7820 I think I ordered, just so that I can make sure that the cartridges work. I can test the ink out in them. So I will be doing all that next week when it comes in. And then I'll let you know, I'll probably do it live for y'all. I'll do a little live video and we can talk and chat and check on stuff and run into issues together if y'all want to. Y'all know how I do. I'm not going to read no instructions, but I'll definitely be able to walk you through the process. Yes, it should be here. I was hoping it'd be here this week, but it should definitely be here next week. All right, so I'll tell you my printers. I have the 7210s, the 7710, 7720. All those are the same. So I have those. I have about 4 of those. And then I have the 15,000, the Eco Tank 15,000, which I'm not crazy about. It's not my favorite, but it gets the job done. I have the 16650, which I love. And I really shouldn't say love because I tell the kids to say that, that you only love people, not things. But it is very great at what it does. It prints very fast, efficient. It doesn't have a lot of issues with print heads clogging and that sort of thing. So that's the 16650. I have the T7270, which is the 44-inch wide format printer. And I have one other printer I can't even think of right now. Oh, I have the direct to garment, not direct to film, DTF printer. That is a converted Epson 1800, which I haven't set that up yet. So I want to get into DTF for y'all too. Yes, Tanya, those instructions are for fools. Or maybe the fools are for the instructions. All right. So ladies, so yes, I'm gonna try them out first. I'm never going to recommend something to you all that I don't know anything about. So as soon as I get them going, then what I'll do is I have a very small order that I have, like literally, I think I have 10 sets that I ordered. And that was just on the faith that I hope that they're going to work out because everybody wants them and needs them. So I'll have those 10 sets and then I'll do some pre-orders for the others, and I will have them express shipped to me. So I'll do pre-orders that probably will take about a week and a half to come in, and then we'll see how that goes, and I may offer those full-time on the website. Yep, the DTF, Yasmin. Stay tuned. I'm telling y'all, I actually have the DTF ink that we're going to offer, but I wanted to make sure that systems were in place for you all to be able to use the ink. I can't stand having an ink, but there's no printers around that you can purchase to use. So we're going to get into all that. I promise y'all. All right. So I know this is because we didn't get a chance to meet last week. We're just having all kind of side conversations. So I'm going to try to get through this template. I promise. This is a 10-minute template. In class, we're going to spend the whole 3 hours. Usually we're at 2.5 hours now. So about the 2.5 hour class, we start at 6 o'clock. Y'all should be able to finish in good time to even print one of these after class if you want to. But really and truly, once you get good with these templates, they take 10 minutes to change everything out. So that's how they're designed, to basically allow you to have a couple of things that you shift, change, but you get the concept of Photoshop without having to be a Photoshop expert. All right, so let's see what now. So said we're going to change out the name here. Now, my suggestion when you change out names, you want to copy and paste. I'm not able to do that right now because of the because I can't copy and paste from the StreamYard. So I'm going to go against what I would normally do and actually type the words. So let's go to the name here. I'm just right clicking. I found the name. Double click here on the T and I'm going to start typing my text. If I were able to copy and paste it though, I would copy it from the source and just straight up paste it right now. All right, so let's say we want to do first and last, because I have an example with just the first name. So let's say I do want to do first and last. I'm probably going to choose a different font for the last name just because I'm one of those people that like to switch that part up. So let's double click here and I'm going to type it out. Let me know if I misspell anything, please, please, please. And then because my first name and my last name are separate objects, I got to Alt click and drag that smart color. And then I'm going to right click on the smart color and clip it to create a clipping mask so it clips down to the first name. And just give it a moment there. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to put the last name underneath the first name. And then we're going to make this, instead of color 1, let's make it color number 3 or color number 1. So color 1, we're just going to make straight black. And I just double clicked on the color and changed it out for right now. And then we'll figure out what our overall color scheme is going to be. All right. So color 1 here. I'm going to zoom out. Control T to transform. And I apologize, my computer's running a little slow with this StreamYard. I haven't been able to figure out how to optimize it to where StreamYard doesn't slow my Photoshop down. But we're working on it. And that reminds me, I should be doing the save dance, which is just doing file save, doing Control S or Command S if you're on a Mac, every single time I make a significant change to my file. All right, so I have my smart color 1, my smart color 3, and then smart color 2 right now is white. And we're going to switch that up for this design. Uh-oh. I'm hitting backspace. That's not backspace. All right, Photoshop is doing some weird stuff now. Okay, there it goes. Let me save again. Yeah, here's the thing. If you come to the classes, okay, as long as you are present, I don't mind you coming to the class, but I prefer that you actually work. Now, Lisa, you've performed one of the classes before, and if you want to come, and it's a one-time thing, and you just need to sit because this time you had a surgery, I'm not going to tell you, nope, Lisa, you got to leave because your mouse isn't on, and you're not performing Photoshop with us tonight. I absolutely want you to come because I want you to get used to the format of the class and everything. And then next week when you come, you'll be ready to participate. Okay. So I appreciate you asking that though, because some people don't ask, they just pop up and they just sitting there waiting on the template basically. And you know, we have our ways of knowing stuff. So I really appreciate the VIP members and even the people that aren't VIP who just want to come to the live classes. Y'all are hungry for that knowledge. So I want to make sure that I'm helping to satiate that hunger. Like, you know, I want to be the Snicker bar for you when you're trying to figure out who you are in this design world. All right, let me see what I turned off. So I have color 1, 2, and 3. Those are my smart colors. Let me put it in order. 1, 2, 3. And let's see what we have. I'm missing. Oh, no, I'm not. I guess this is supposed to be black in the background here. All right. So let's go ahead and change these colors. So for smart color 1 right now, I have black. And I want to change that to navy blue. So let's double click. Oh, before I do that, well, I double clicked and I opened up that smart object. I'm going to grab my color picker tool here. And I can either pick the blue here. I think I'll pick the blue from his shirt or from his gown. And I can choose a little bit darker area, like a mid-tone area. I think I'm going to choose this mid-tone. And I'm just going to copy this hex code here. Now, some schools and teams, all teams, have their own hex codes. And if you know, for instance, they might be the Wolverines. Let's see if I go to team color codes. A lot of the high school teams are modeled after the colors of like a pro team or a college team. So if I just type in, let's say, I don't think there are Wolverines. I don't know. Oh, maybe there are Michigan Wolverines. All right, so let's say I want this hex code, right? I just copy that code right there. And the reason why it's called a hex code, because it's 6 digits. I'm going to copy that. That's the blue. And then I can paste it here. And that's the blue that that would represent that color code. So let me show you that again with the smart color selection here. All right, I have black. I'm just going to duplicate this layer, turn the black one off, double click on this color swatch, and paste my color code there, and see how it looks like the color code from the team selection. And if I close out of this and hit yes, I'll allow that to update, and then I'm going to Control 0 to zoom out. Now, everywhere that I have color 1 is going to recolor here. However, I don't have color 1 in a lot of places, and I'm going to activate it in these places. So let me go ahead and turn it on here and give it a little moment. I'll go do Control T because I want this to take up the entire artboard here. Y'all are seeing that little delay that I was talking about earlier. All right, so then there is our navy blue, and it's on normal blend mode. I am going to merge that group. It's just a bunch of triangles that I created there. We go ahead and merge it. There we go. And then I'm going to do a color overlay. So this will be on here for y'all, color overlay. And let's do normal. This thing is moving really slow with the StreamYard, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is how I could just color it if I want to individually color it. But I want to make this something that will automatically color for you all every time you change the smart object color. So I'm going to try to choose a 50% gray here, which if I really wanted to, I'd do HSB and just do everything 0 and then do 50% for black. That's how you end up with a 50% gray. It's hue, saturation, brightness. So that's a 50% gray, which means that usually if I'm trying to recolor it, it's going to do its thing. And I'm just setting these settings up so that it is easiest to recolor this. There we go. So now, even though it shows as black, it's got a mid-tone gray color overlay. So if I change out my smart color 1, I can make it gold. But I kind of like the gold confetti. So I'm going to choose color 3 as my gold. And then my color 1 will be the navy. And I kind of like the black there. I could even switch it up to where color 2 could be black. So let's duplicate that. And black is just pulling it all the way down here to the bottom left corner. It appears as all zeros for the hex code. Hit yes to save that. And then although I can see that we're using more of the Vegas gold, I'm going to copy this hex code gold just because I already have gold and I want y'all to see the difference. Okay. All right. So color number 2, Smart Color 2, we've changed that out. So I'm going to alt click and drag it down. Oh, I already had Smart Color 2 there. I just need to activate it. All right, so Smart Color 2, I have my black activated there. That means I need to activate I think I'm going to do the yellow back there. There we go. Yellow back there. And then if I want the navy blue at the top, I'm going to fade it off. And zoom out a little bit. And Control T, move this down bigger for y'all. So you won't have to do all this. This will be ready for class. There we go. So that's my blue coming in there. And if I wanted to do blue to yellow, I can add a layer mask, grab my gradient tool. So this will all be ready for y'all. Y'all will not have to do all this. And then I'm just going to fade that off. Oh, yeah, I have black. Oh, that's cool. That's not what I wanted to do though. I need my basic foreground to transparent and make sure I have black in my foreground, and that's what I wanted to do. Let's create a fresh new layer mask with just that black to transparent fade off. There we go. I'm on my layer mask, not on top of the color layer. There we go. And I'm just going to pull this down a little bit because I want more blue. And I think that black kind of ties in the caps. I'm still getting my blue in there. And getting more of that gradual fade. And I wanted to see, I like the gold here because it kind of shows me these steps. I'll spend a little time making these little triangles for y'all. So y'all make them triangles work for you. All right, so this right now, the blend mode is on normal. I want to change the blend mode to what? It's on overlay. Oh, this is changing the wrong thing. That one's normal. The blue here is on multiply, and the blue should really be down here. Let's see. Uh-oh. I'm alt clicking and dragging. There we go. So it will give you an option to use color 1, 2, or 3, depending on what you're using alternately. So there's 2, that's the black, blue, and the gold. And then I'm going to do the same thing, bring all colors down to the background area. Alt click and drag. All right, so there's the black. There's the blue. All right, and then here is the gold. There we go. All right, so we have smart color 2, 3, and 1. I have a little watermark logo in here somewhere too if you want to activate that. Just kind of put it to where it makes sense. I usually make it transparent, put it somewhere where it might print across the sleeve, somewhere a little inconspicuous, but when you see it, you'll know what it is. Something like that. All right, and then these are the caps. So you'll have those where you can turn them off and on. If you don't want the caps, you can turn those off and on. And then you have your confetti. So I want to make it to where you can change the color of the confetti and the color of the flares. So let me grab color number 1, 2, and 3 again. And I'll make it to where you can recolor the confetti. So smart color 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to recolor this drag. I'm so sorry. I'm not used to. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do StreamYard longer. I want to be able to do it because I want to bring y'all on, but it is really eating up my resources for my computer, and my Photoshop is slowing down as a result. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is that you can have, I call these flares. I'm sure a lot of you have seen, some people like to call them blings. These are your flares, and you have the option to change those colors based on the color scheme you selected. So here is smart color 2 is black. So this is what it looks like with the black flares. And then of course the gold. And then if you don't choose anything, they're naturally black. All right, and I think I like them better with the gold flare. So we'll leave the gold on. Y'all can tell me otherwise if you like something different. All right, and same thing here with the name. Instead of recoloring it, like choosing every little thing to recolor, I know it looks really complicated, but you all are going to appreciate this whole smart color thing, because once I show you at the end how I can change 3 colors and it changes the entire look, I think I will redeem myself. All right, so remember I was saying the last name I wanted to have a different color. I can just tell it I want to have color 3, and it changed it to the blue. I'll do the same thing for the top text. And for the congratulations. Let's take all 3 smart colors, drag and drop them here. All right, so let's say congratulations, I want in gold, or let's do congratulations in the blue. Then let's do the first name in gold. And let's say we did the last name in black. Even though the navy blue and black are not far from one another, it just shows you that you can change all of these colors. right, so I'm changing the fill color right now to 100% opacity so you can see that black when it comes through. All right. So that's one variation. Of course, we can play with what part is yellow or what part is gold, what part is navy blue, what part is black. I told you I was also going to go into this this Vegas gold and create the old gold or the yellow gold. I think did I save the hex code? Let's see, because I closed out of it. Let's see, paste the hex code. Yep, I saved it. Let's go ahead and save this. And everywhere that we had the Vegas gold before should now be that bright kind of old gold. All right, see how it changed it now? It's no longer that metallic gold, it's the yellow gold look. And that might actually be the color, you know, for the team. It might be that yellow gold. And if that's the case, then you want to rock with this gold. Of course, you know, you want to update the logo if that was the case. And then also, let me go to my confetti. And I'm going to take my 3 colors here. And turn my fill back up to 100% for black. All right, and then I'm going to drag and drop these smart color 1, 2, and 3. Drag and drop them above the confetti, but then I have to clip them down to the confetti. Otherwise, it's going to cover my whole artboard. So I'm going to right click and create a clipping mask. So that clipped it down just to that confetti. All right, and let's see here. I think this is might be my 13 by 19 confetti. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So I have a 13 by 19 confetti that cuts off in the 13 by 19 orientation. So let me call this layer 13 by 19 confetti. If it will let me rename it, I'm telling y'all, this thing is slowing my jump down. 13 by 19 confetti. So I'm going to turn off the 13 by 19 confetti because we're focused on the all over confetti. And then we're going to take these 3 recolor layers, right click and create a clipping mask so that it only recolors the confetti here. All right, so the color overlay should be a gray. And it should allow me to recolor with my smart colors on top. I just have to change the blend mode here, or the blending options. Put a little bit of a drop shadow on my confetti so I can see it. And right now it has the navy blue confetti, which you can't really see because the blue is up there. I can turn it off and make the confetti black and give it a moment to update that for you all. So that's the black confetti. I'm going to go with the contrast color, which is the yellow, because it pops against those black caps. Okay. And then my blend mode that I want here, I think I'm going to change it to turn them all on. Change it to multiply. or overlay. Let me change it to overlay, see what happens. And what I want to make sure of is that it's just not a flat color, that I'm going to, especially when I see the golds, I'm going to see the shadows and the highlights in the confetti because it looks more 3D when I do that. So I'm able to capture that just by the blend mode that I use. If I use normal, it's just going to basically just recolor it and it's going to look very flat. Let me do multiply here. See, yeah, multiply is cool. Yeah, multiply works for me. I like multiply. So I'm going to go ahead and make all of these multiply. And that's what we do in the classes too, is we're learning about the blend modes, what they mean, how they affect color. Y'all ask me a lot of times how to do certain things in class. And a lot of the questions that y'all ask are about recoloring things. All right, I'm trying to go to multiply, just taking its time. All right, Tracy, well, I'm glad to have you, love. And I look forward to working with you on getting you set up, okay? I am really excited to help do that because I know you have been a loyal supporter from the beginning. So if we can get you set back up and learn. We're going to do a session with Tracy. Tracy had an unfortunate situation where it was a virus on the computer that pretty much tore down everything that was worth having on the computer and had to start from scratch. So we're going to use that as a learning experience. She agreed to it. And wants you all to know also how to avoid these type of things. And we'll learn what it did. Like it made files inaccessible, programs inoperable. I think, Tracy, what'd you say? It even messed up some of your peripherals. Like your peripherals might be your external hard drives or things that aren't necessarily a part of your standalone system, but still can be affected by those type of viruses. And a lot of times when working in this design world, we're downloading a lot of files from a lot of places. So although I'm excited to help Tracy get set up, I know that this has got to be a devastating and frustrating type of situation to deal with. So we are definitely going to learn from this. Thank you, Annette. And this is why we be winning. I promise. Half the stuff that I do with you all is because I'm understanding how to become a better teacher. I'm understanding what it is that you all want to learn and know. So it just makes the content that I put out better because it's a collaborative effort. We are co-designers here. All right. My designs wouldn't be what they are without your images and your input and the love that you put into what you do and the love that I put into what I do. And when it combines, we make magic happen. Simple. All right. So I think I'm done with this one. Might move this photo over a little bit. Let me see. See my little flare over there? I was trying to see my flare a little bit more. Here we go. All right, and this one's simple. I just made it look really difficult because honestly, I'm on here prepping my file for you all. So it's going to be so much simpler. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you how simple it is. I'm going to choose another winner for tonight. So it's 10:30. Been on here for what, an hour and a half with you all already. So I'm going to show you, we're going to do a 10-minute challenge. Maybe I'll start implementing this if I don't talk y'all to death by the end of every demo. All right, so 10-minute challenge. Let me see who else. Amanda, I love those photos. But Amanda, I would like, if you can send me Dad's image for that one, I would like to do something special for that. I had recently graduated when I did my PhD graduation, and my dad had passed away before, being able to see me walk, but he was the whole reason why I even knew what a PhD was and pushed me towards that. So what I did for my graduation, because I didn't even think about doing a stole, but I made if you think of those ties that look like bows, like the Louis Vuitton and a lot of the high end kind of lady neckties, I made one of those out of ribbon, and I had images. So it looked like, kind of like a Louis Vuitton kind of stripe print, but it had our images embedded in it. And I wore that on my graduation gown, and people didn't even know. They were just like, oh, that's gorgeous. I put like a brooch in the middle and everything. So I want to teach you all how to make those. And that project for Amanda, if you're here tonight, I think that would be a really cool project to do as an example and to present her with. I'm sure she would love it. Whether she wears it or not, like I wore mine, with the dress, but I also wore it on my gown. So it's real versatile. It's a, kind of nifty type of gift thing that you wouldn't think about. Nobody else is really making them. And I think y'all would do really great to start putting those on the market. Oh, Amanda, you're here. Yes. Yes. If you can, email it to me, love, because I don't check on the group as often as I want to. But if you email it to me, that would be best. Because I'm really excited about that project, because it was something I literally put together like right before my ceremony. I was actually late to my graduation ceremony making that thing. That's my life, though. I'm always making something right before an event. Last weekend, we did a comedy show, and I was literally making my outfit for the comedy show like minutes before I was supposed to be leaving for the comedy show. So I have to show y'all that too. I'll post it in the group. I made like a little, my brother called it a cape. It was not a cape. It is a split sleeve blazer. And then I put the like the legendary comedians on there, the ones that passed away, like Bernie Mac and John Witherspoon, and the greats, Red Fox, and I put them on the back of my blazer. I sublimated them, and then I made a sublimated dress that I wore with it as well. So yeah, that's what I made before a comedy show, because you could tell I ain't been out the house in like 3 years because I had to make an outfit. Anyhow, that is my life. I'm just sharing with y'all. Y'all don't have to stay up late and listen to me ramble. But I'll show y'all some of those things. We're going to get into some of those type of projects too. I've been doing this since I was in high school. Probably, no, even before that, but especially in high school, I started selling apparel and making weird stuff, and people that wanted to buy it gave me the idea that I could make a living off of it. All right, so let's get to this 10-minute template. So Amanda, I definitely am going to use what you gave me. I think that would be perfect for that project. Let's see, I want to choose, Chantel gave me some gorgeous images. I definitely want to do that, but I need to choose something that has a different colorway, because I want to show y'all how we can quickly change up these colors. But it seems like everybody. Okay, I see some red. That's Tyler. Tyler, are you here tonight? Because you have lots of red, and I'm feeling the red. So I wanted to show y'all how we can quickly change out these colors in these photos, if y'all can bear with me. Oh, can you, the dress? It was a t-shirt. It was a t-shirt that I just sewed the sides of it to make a dress. And it was very short because I did not realize how much material gets taken up when you have these COVID pounds that you don't put on. So yeah, I used a t-shirt. But I have material. I have fabric that I could have. I didn't think about it. I could have just sublimated the fabric and sewn it together. But if y'all are interested in t-shirt dresses, I can find them and source them for you all. I didn't know how many people would be interested in them, though. That sounds like something y'all might like, the t-shirt dresses. All right, so let's do this. Tyler. I don't know. I don't see Tyler here tonight, but as long as I use the images, if I use them and you all like them, then you get your template for free. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and change out photo 1 and photo 2 here. Let's go to photo 1, double click. I'm going to turn off our initial image. Oh, you know what? I'll leave it on because I kind of want to see where I'm placing the next image. So let's see here. I have so many beautiful images. And this young lady here is so gorgeous. All right, so let's go ahead and see. Now, this might be a little challenge here. The black iron gate here or railing might give us problems. So let's see. Let's go to our magic wand here. Let's go to select subject and see if it can distinguish the hair, the hat from the railing here. And it did not do that very well. So let's see what that challenge is. And this also, when I download images from Facebook, I understand that it has its challenges. So we're going to see what we can work with on this. Now, I'm also going to see if it will allow me to try remove VG and see what it does. I'm going to drag and drop the same image into remove VG and see. I've been kind of testing out Photoshop versus remove VG. And see how remove VG kept my cap and stuff? I'm sure I can play with the tolerance here. Like I have it on 32. Let me do my quick selection and Control D to deselect. And let's see if I choose select subject now with the quick selection, if it does better picking out my image. And it doesn't. So I would actually have to manually go and add. See, I'm trying to add those pixels there. And it's not doing a real clean job. So like I said, the Photoshop is a little bit hit or miss. And it has some ways that I can clean this up. I honestly just like how quick I can like literally remove VG. Just did that. And this is not a high resolution image, so that is a problem. But it'll work for the purposes here. We're just going to download. All right, and once we download it there, I'm going to drag and drop it right onto my artboard. I'll get rid of this one. And see how small it is? I'm going to have to blow it up. Control T to transform it. Let's make it bigger. And then before I make it too big, I'm going to go ahead and fade off this bottom. I'm going to add a layer mask, grab my paintbrush, black conceals while white reveals, and I'm just going to kind of fade off this stairwell over here too. Just turn off our previous image there. And then I'll Control T, make that a little bit bigger. All right. And I think the colors of this school are red. Even if it's not, we'll make it red because I have a lot of red imagery in here. Okay, so that's one image. And then photo number 2, we'll change that one out. Let me grab my move tool, not my brush tool. Photo 2, double click it. And this time I'm gonna bring in the image here with the car. And she's got her Letterman on and her custom outfit. So I'm sure she's creative and crafty and she would love this. Let's see what happens when we do our select subject here. And I'm sure I can do a little more research on this whole select subject feature. But honestly, I want the car in this one. So it actually did a decent job of cutting out, but I want to keep the car. So I'm going to add to the selection here, and I'm just going to kind of pull in the car, see how much of it pulls in. And it pretty much pulls in everything. I'm going to just let it pull in everything except for the very background. And zoom in a little bit. And again, this is Facebook images, so we will have some challenges with the resolution. But I promise you, it's probably still 10 times better than what a majority of our customers give to us. All right, let that smooth out, and then let's add this back. And then I want to add this little area here for the tassel. And subtract this area. And let me just grab my lasso here, and I'm going to add to the selection area. All right, it's not perfect, but I think I have what I need. I'm going to go to selected mask just so I can see what it looks like with the background removed. Make sure it doesn't look funky. And I do see like some kind of weird cutoff here. So I'm going to kind of add right there back. There we go. And here looks really jagged, and I don't like that. However, I really think it's not going to be that big of a deal once I put it into the background. So I'm going to check and see. Go ahead and hit OK here. Let's go ahead and create this clipping mask. I'll bring the image up just a little bit. All right, let's see what it does. Hit yes to save that. I'll show y'all. Matter of fact, if I remember tonight, I will post the outfit on the in the Innate Creators Facebook group. Yes, I had all my legs out. I was feeling like Mariah Carey. You know how Mariah Carey always wearing these like super short dresses in her 30s and up. Yeah, that's what I feel like. But hey, if Mariah can do it, so can I. All right, so see, I was saying I wanted a little bit of the red in there of the car. So I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller, just a little bit. So when I do this as a 13 by 19, it doesn't fall outside of my printable area. All right, perfect. That's it right there. And I'm still gonna kind of fade off these areas around here. So let's create a layer mask on there. I'm gonna get my, oh no, I'm not gonna do it on here. I'm gonna do it here. Let's just fade that off towards the bottom there. Just in case you see a hard line, I just don't like the idea of seeing the hard line. So either I like for the image to have a true, you know, contoured edge, or I like for it to be faded off. That's just my preference, and I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me when y'all see those images that have those hard lines, or you see a shirt where it's just a rectangle around it, it drives you crazy a little bit too. All right, so now my whole thing was I wanted to show you all with the smart colors how this really works now that I have it set up. I'm going to go all the way to the top, and let's say my colors now are red, black, and gray. So let's say I keep the black, and I'm just going to change the navy here. I'm going to change it to gray. So I'm going to just duplicate this layer. If I can find the word duplicate, because I'm tired now. And let's go ahead and make that like a gray there. Hit yes, and then it's going to update that color globally on the design. All right, so see how that changed the gray up top. And then for the yellow, I'm going to make that red, since that's one of our main colors. And in order to find the red, I'm going to use my color picker tool. And I don't know what the school logo is, but I'll probably just find one just to put in here, just to show you how quickly we can change that out. Let's duplicate this layer. And I'll paste the hex code here. Oh, did I grab? I didn't grab the hex code. Never mind. I thought I grabbed it. And as a matter of fact, it gives me a chance to shift it. I like a little bit deeper and darker reds. If you see that caution symbol come up, if you hit the square, it will choose a color that is closest to the color that you wanted, but most likely within the color gamut of your printer ability. So if you choose a really bright neon color, you're going to see that exclamation point because your printer doesn't know how to print no neon. This Epson is not going to give you a neon. So if you hit that exclamation point, it will shift the color to one that is most likely representing on screen what you're going to print. And it is disappointing because I know many a times I thought I was going to get some real bright, crazy colors. And Epson told me, no, that's not what we do. This is CMYK trying to mimic the RGB light that is emitting from your screen, and it is not the same thing. All right, so I'm saving that red. Let's see what happens when it applies. What's up, Shakia? Y'all check out my girl, Shakia and Silaholics Anonymous. I tell you, I don't know how she does all of these same type of designs and concepts in silhouette, but she kills it. All right, so let's see. So I changed the red. So the confetti changed to red because the confetti was yellow before. If you notice the text here turned red here in the middle. I have the gray up top, red in the middle, black at the bottom. And the only other thing I need to do now is change out the logo. So I don't have a logo. Let me see. It might even be on. I thought maybe the insignia might be on one of these images. They are red Trojans, I believe. Let me see here. I can double click and see that. This is a beautiful picture too, but it's just so pixelated. I didn't want to use it. So how about this? I don't know what the logo is, but y'all know me. I'm going to find out. So let's do red Trojan logo. We'll find something. And it looks like it's red and black and gray. That looks like about what they use. Maybe not exactly. Oh Lord, we done came up all on this. Yeah. See, this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about here. They want you to download these images, but it looks like suspect to me. And then it cuts off the image. So then it makes you download it their way. And I don't like that. And different parts of the US and all over the world spell gray differently. So y'all forgive me if I'm spelling gray with an A or an E. I think you can do either way, but I'm not here to argue with nobody about that. I just want to find me a decent logo. These Trojan images are booty, as the kids say. And I'm trying to avoid recoloring a vector image because that's not what we're here for today. And I don't like that first one. It's oil. Let me see if I find one with gold. I'll just take the gold out and make it. Let's say we go with. Making this harder than I have to. Let's go to tools, size large, because I don't want a little janky logo. Looks like they might be using something like this one, but I don't like that. I like for my logos to look like clean vectored logos. And let's see what this one looks like. That's 824 by 776. That's a decent resolution. Let's open image in a new tab to see what it looks like. Yes, save image as. And of course, it's a web image. No, there's my JPEG. Lord, y'all, I was just sitting here talking. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I don't know if I like the StreamYard thing because I'm having a lot of issues with it just kicking me off. I don't like that. And I didn't even realize I was off because y'all know I just be talking. And I was just talking and talking, and you all weren't there. All right. So yeah, I changed everything out. I hope y'all saw me. I hope that this is still being recorded. My problem is if this is not on YouTube, then I want y'all to be able to have this to access later. Anyhow, so we were able to change that out. Yeah. And I'm going to even play with this blend mode now because it's red and this gray. I want to do one more thing to make sure that this works for different colors. So my black on the outside, my gray up top. I'm going to change this blend mode to, yeah, now see that texture through it. It doesn't look so flat. So I'm going to turn that gray to hue. And then this one is on color. Multiply kind of makes it a little darker than I want. Let's see what else I can do. Let me see what overlay does. I want to see the texture, but I really want that color to look a little more intense. And it looks a little bit washed out to me. I think that looks a little bit better there. All right, so I think I'm gonna leave this thing alone because you know when you get those tired eyes and you just start playing with something more than you really should. Oh, y'all didn't see the Trojan change colors? Let me double click on the Trojan here. Yeah, I couldn't deal with that inverted look. Let's see, let's go to logo, double click here. So I deal with this all the time when people want like single color images, like logos on a shirt, and they have mascots like a bulldog or a Trojan, for instance. In order for the image to look right on the shirt, if you have a dark shirt, then whatever the image area is that would naturally be the positive space, not the negative space, not the shadows and that sort of thing, it needs to be the lighter color. So if I'm printing this on a black shirt, I'm going to take off the color overlay, and I want y'all to tell me if I am tripping here. That was, hold on, what did I do? It was looking weird when it was red there. Oh, I know it was, I changed the color. So the face was, let's do a different color overlay here. So the face was the darker color. Let's say it was a black. And then the shadows and everything were the red. And I'm just going to choose a red. Doesn't that look opposite? Doesn't it, like, it throws your eyes off? Like your eyes don't want to believe that's a real image. It's because it's playing with the highlights, and the shadows are inverted. That's what a negative of a picture. If you remember back in the day when we had to go get your film developed, it was negative. So it looks like it needs processing in order for your eyes to receive it as a real image. So that's just something that is just really unsettling for the eye. So what I do is I will reverse the colors. So now I'm going to make the shadows dark and do a color overlay to make the oh, there it is. And then make the face the lighter color, because out of two colors, out of red and black, which one's lighter? The red. So the red should be the skin tone, and the darker color, which would be black, or if I was doing a dark gray. The reason why the red and the gray look very looks a little weird too, is because red and gray are pretty much both 50% colors. So they're both mid-range colors. So you're when you look at it, it almost is unrecognizable still because there's no distinguishing between the negative and the positive space. So you have to make that distinguishing representation or presentation for your customers because they don't know any better. They will literally have you printing the reverse image and not understand how this looks tacky. Okay. So you have to help discern that for the customer. All right. So let me figure out how I had this before. There we go. So skin is red, shadows are black. All right. Good deal. Shakia said she just recorded a video about that too. So y'all please check that out. We are all like gurus in our own rights, and a lot of times a lot of the subjects that we touch on may be similar, but we may each go in depth on a topic a little bit differently. And this is one of those things, like I don't have a class on this, but if I could tell y'all how many times I've had to recolor an image just because it doesn't sit right to my eyes or anybody's eyes, I probably should charge for that. All right. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and bring this all together because I don't want y'all playing with this. I don't want y'all to even think about that. Let me go ahead and merge those layers. There you go. If you want to change those colors again, you could separate them how I just did. But essentially, you want these to be vector in the first place. If you can't vector them, it's cool. Do what you can do. All right, so I'm going to save that change and let it update. And that's it for this template, loves. So what I'm going to do for class, we're going to design this as it is. You all will have within this template the option to also break it down to a 13 by 19. So I'm going to go ahead and activate that. In the 13 by 19, I have the hats that are a little bit different layout. So that's why you'll see that I have caps that are 13 by 19 and caps for all over. So the 13 by 19 caps are a little closer to the frame here and also built up a little bit higher because you can go up a little bit higher there. And then of course for your 13 by 19, you probably will take that watermark logo off. And even this car here, I feel I need to fade that off a little bit more. Because see, I still see that hard line there. And the only way that you know whether you're going to see a hard line is if you put a solid color. I choose a really crazy color that's nowhere in my image so that I don't leave it on mistakenly. And see how I can see that hard line there? Let's get on that layer mask. Let's grab that soft round brush. Let's just kind of paint it off. Now this one, honestly, let me bring it back because I'm just giving y'all my little extra, which y'all didn't ask me for tonight. I want to bring it back, so I want to add white. I'm just going to pretend like I have the entire edge of this car right now, which I don't, but I'm going to use my pen tool. Our dreaded pen tool, and I'm just going to draw the curves of the car as if this were the edge of the car and kind of just cut it off. Sometimes you can get away with that sort of thing. And then I'll turn that into a selection with the 1 pixel radius. And I'm going to go to my paintbrush here, make sure that black is selected because black is going to conceal while white reveals. And I'm just going to paint that off of my image. All right, and if I do deselect there and I close out, now it should kind of look like the edge of the car versus just a random fade off. And of course, I left my green background back there. So that is that alarm to get rid of it. Let's see. All right, there we go. All right, and for the 13 by 19, you may even want to play around with, if I go to my background now, I have a different little grunge that's for my 13 by 19 because it is a little more compact. So it shows a little bit more of that texture. And I may want to turn off the gray and just let it be red, or just let it be gray and let the red from the car stand out. But these are all options that you have. And I can disable that layer mask so that everything is gray right there. I think I like it with the gray background. Lets the red kind of do its own thing. And I have the red confetti, the black caps, the gray background. I like this. Now, if I were doing this for 13 by 19, of course, I have several videos showing you how to break down and all over to 13 by 19. I actually have a couple of classes showing that too. So let's go ahead and turn off the t-shirt preview. That's what it looks like as a 13 by 19-ish design. I'm going to go ahead and save things as is. And what I'm going to do, this isn't what we're going to do for class. After class, I will convert this design. I will have an alternate version of the file. This isn't going to be ready for class. The alternate version of the file will work just like 125. And let me show you that one. If my computer will open it without acting stank with this, this StreamYard. So this is after. I'm not going to have this ready for class. I'm going to show y'all what I'll do. I will make it so that it automatically designs the all over shirt, the 13 by 19, and the graduation stole. Some people don't like these big files because they are just that. They are big files. So I will also have like the regular version where it's just that single image. But some of you need this where it designs the all over, the 13 by 19, and the graduation stole all together. You only have to change out one of them. So if you change the 13 by 19 design, it's automatically going to propagate those color details to your all over shirt and so forth. Okay. So as a bonus to whoever does this class, as a bonus after class is over, because I know what y'all will do. Y'all will open this up in the middle of class, and that's not what we're doing in class this Sunday. Okay. But if you have 125, it will show you exactly how to use these type of I call them smart templates, where it's going to design things using very minimal effort. So what you're going to do is you're going to change out, like I said, those smart colors. You're going to change out the smart colors. You're going to change out these two images, and then those two images will propagate on all three of these artboards. Okay. So like I said, for class, you're going to get this file that we're working on right here, and then I will develop it further. So that means I will spend some more hours on it to make sure that it works as a mock-up file for you all, and also as a all-in-one smart template. Okay. I told you, I really do. I look out for y'all. I want to make sure that y'all have some powerful tools on your belt, especially when you are, up against your competition. And you get to make it look like you're a professional level Photoshop designer, and you're fast and efficient with designs. I can't tell you how often I would be putting off designs and putting off work because I had to design stuff from scratch, and it would just be daunting. Like I would literally, something that I could have done in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I would just put it off just because the energy that it takes me to think of how I want to present this solution. So that's what these templates represent to me, is something I wish I would have had back when I was running the brick and mortar, and how many countless hours I put into each project could have literally been the hours that I put into these templates, which I'm doing now for you all. All right. So I am trying to use the sweat off of my back and my experience to help you all have some really great looking and great performing assets. So when you spend those coins, you're not spending those coins on a PNG that you can't change, you can't do anything with. You are literally equipping yourself with the tools that you need to do the same designs that I do. Okay. All right, so y'all, it's late. It is late, except for those folks in California who is probably just lunchtime for y'all. I'm going to go ahead and save this as a PNG and take off. I think I have this. What do I have? Where do I have a background here? Let me turn that off. Yeah, I'll just save it as a JPEG just to get past this. So let's export, save for web. I'm going to make this a smaller image because for my mock-up, I don't need this to be a large image. If I was getting ready to print this, of course, I would print it full resolution, but that's not what I need at this moment. And because this is so big, I'll save it there. And then if y'all want to hang out for a little bit, I have to make my mock-up for this class anyway. So if y'all want to watch me do this, you can watch me do it. Keep me company. All right, so that's one. That's going to be the 13 by 19. And then I got to reverse back now to the all over. So I'm going to turn on my outlines here. All right, y'all let me know if y'all are still here because my computer just did something funky just now. It's breathing hard. Let's see. Hopefully, oh, we're not frozen. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and disable this layer mask so I get my full background back. There we go. And for the background, I'm going to turn off my 13 by 19 grunge and turn back on my all over grunge. Thanks, Shakia. Shakia says, your templates are so dope, though. I appreciate that, Mama. All right. What's something else? I had some red in there somewhere. But honestly, I like that. I don't know. Sometimes I'm extra. I don't want to say even sometimes. A lot of times, most times, I'm extra. All right, and then let me turn on this layer mask that fades off the gray. Okay, now I get my red back. Boom, boom. And anything else? Oh, I need to bring my, so I have these 13 by 19 caps and then I have the all over caps. So where are my caps? Let's turn that off. And for those of y'all who are probably hanging out at like wanting to ask, when is this class going to be uploaded? It will be uploaded and available tomorrow. Usually I have it, have your coupon code to where it's accessible for 24 hours because whoever registers for the class needs to know that they're going to take the class. I have to have a proper account of how many people because there are only so many seats available. And I don't want people like just because they want a template like saying that they're going to come to the class and they don't come to the class and I have to discipline them. I don't know how principals and all these other administrators deal with this kind of stuff. I like to focus on the craft. I like to focus on teaching and focus on the craft. So I don't want to have to do the administrative stuff like expel people because, they're not following the rules. So I try to make it to where you can't really break the rules or it's very hard. So if you do break the rules, like, you're doing something wrong. The class will open up about 24 hours before the session. So tomorrow around about 7 p.m. and maybe a little earlier, the class will open up and the coupon code will work for the VIP members. So if you are not using the VIP discount code, which is basically to take the class for free, and you want to use your 30% member discount code, you can use that for the live class. You can also choose to just pay a la carte, which is $30 per class. No, actually it's $60 per class for the live version and $30 per class if you want the class after it's been recorded. Okay, so that will be available tomorrow, 7 p.m. on the Academy website. And if E hasn't fell asleep or got her life yet, then she's still here with us. She'll post that link for you. Okay, so the link to the Academy will be posted, and you can see this class will be available as a live class tomorrow at around 7 p.m. Okay, or 6 p.m. because our class is going to start Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We bumped it up a little bit so we can get done in a timely manner because a lot of us have to get up early Monday morning. Okay. Yeah, Shakia is a beast. She is. She can do all of this stuff that we're doing here for Photoshop in Silhouette. And if that is saying a lot. Y'all saw me struggle with my little silhouette when I was trying to make a little contour cut. And it's just not my thing, but it is definitely her true strength. And she knows Photoshop as well. She be throwing some Photoshop hints for y'all too. All right, so let me stop talking. Y'all know I can't do two things at once. I'm going to go ahead and, for the purposes of my mock-up, I'm going to turn off all of this stuff here and save this as more or less a wallpaper. Also, if you're doing the split template, okay, if you were doing that 13 by 19 split template, this is what you want to save. You want to save the image where it looks kind of like a wallpaper, okay? And someone else was asking, hey, can I use this template for a blanket or, other things? Absolutely. You just scale it according to the artboard that you're going to need to print out. Good deal, Teresa. And y'all aren't bugging me. Y'all know I kind of need y'all to nag me every now and then. I'm one of those people that if I could, I would procrastinate my own funeral. Like I'd be like, you know what? Give me about 3 extra hours and then I'll be there. So I need y'all sometimes to kind of ask me those questions and keep me on my toes. All right, so I'm going to file. If I was printing this, let's say I was ready to print this on my large format or my the Innate Lab split template, right? Then I would save this as a straight up JPEG, right? And I need to put this in my 130 folder. $130, where you at? There you go. All right, and then I'm going to revert this back to the color that we had before. Now it should be pretty simple. And I know that's not the name there, but honestly, I don't really want to change the name. I want to keep it simple. We're going to bring back our blue now. And update that smart object. And now you get to see how fast it works without me talking and making up all kind of other adjustments in the middle of the template. All right, there's blue. I think we kept black there. We did. And then the red, I think we had gold. There's the yellow gold and there's the gold. That Vegas gold. All right, and let's see, I need to turn off this blue. Wait a minute. Yeah, blue was there. It was blue and then gold. Oh, I got to change my blend mode. So this is one thing we will figure out too, depending on what colors you're using, whether they are dark, mid-tone colors or light colors. Sometimes you have to play with the blend mode in order to get it to cooperate how you want it. So in this case, I'm on hue. That hue is only as dark as the mid-tone grays. So my mid-tone grays are pretty light here. So I have to choose, let's see. If I want to choose something like overlay, then what I also have to do is duplicate this, make it Let's just do a neutral gray. Uh-oh, not a group. I want to do an adjustment layer. So I have to basically gray it out in order to recolor it. Let me do, let's do black and white. And then I'm going to replace this layer mask here. All right. And so this black and white, only that area. I can get rid of that smart color 1. This is another thing. I like to clean up my files before I give them to you so they have an easy way of understanding and naming this stuff. Because they can get a little complicated. All right, so this one is on overlay. I want it to be, let's see, multiply. And darken. It takes a little while for it to render these effects, and I apologize about that, but it's really nothing I can do about it with the StreamYard pretty much running my resources right now. I'm trying to figure out which blend mode I like, but I think multiply works best for this one. All right, so it's got the gray down below it. And I can even change my levels, even though that's black and white. Let me change the levels, and I'll add that one in there, because when you have these different different gradations of colors, the levels really matter too. So depending on whether you're doing light, bright colors or dark colors, you may end up having to intensify your shadows so that when you're doing your recoloring, it makes sense. This thing is taking forever. Go ahead, Shakia. I think this would be an excellent opportunity for people to see how to do this sort of thing in Silhouette. Hats off to you, because I know, I will tell you this, Silhouette is more powerful than I would have imagined, especially years ago when I played with the Cricut and I had the software. As far as like recoloring things and layering and doing a lot of the functions that Photoshop can do, Silhouette is definitely a powerful player. Now, I know there are things that it has its limitations. I believe like fading off images and that sort of thing is still an issue. But yeah, absolutely. Oh, you said Cricut could never. Yeah. So yeah, Silhouette, definitely that program. It reminds me of my Roland cutter. I need to check on this, but I think that maybe Roland and Silhouette are maybe one and the same companies, because the Roland software is, the way it runs is very, very similar to the Silhouette, and that is Roland. If y'all aren't familiar, Roland and Graphtec are like the #1 plotters and printer cutters. Well, really more or less just cutters, or what we used to call back in the day plotters, the #1 and 2 name brands. So for Silhouette to be that close to Roland, I think it was built to be powerful from the beginning. Now Cricut, I can't tell you about that one. I played with that Cricut thing a little bit, and it was not my cup of tea. Not at all. All right, so I'm going to drag this layer mask for the blue here as well. There we go. And see, I'm darkening it because I want those darker shadows there in the blue. I think that makes me a little bit happier there. And then if I wanted to go for the blue and the yellow, whatever the levels that I changed, I can do that. Let me just disable the mask, and it'll go for the yellow and for the blue. Okay, but see how it also made the yellow like a little too intense there? All right, so I'm gonna bring that softness back. Perfect, perfect. I think this file is almost ready for y'all. I think it is. Let's change back our photos now. Photo 1 and photo 2. Boom. Save. Let's update photo 1 and let's do the same thing for photo 2. All right, so let's go to photo 2 and change out that image. All right, and of course we have to change out the photo here. So right click, go to the school logo, and this one, the Wolverines. Let's update that. Watch it update. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and save this one. And I wasn't sure for this one if I like the blue there or what. And I feel like this should be a little more centered. So let me do that. Let me take my color flares and my white flares. Where are my white flares? Here we go. Anyway, I want that centered. Here we go. And then let's take this photo here. That looks good. And let's say this is a JPEG. So I do not print from these templates. I only print from my flattened images. It makes life easier because you're not sending huge files over to your printer. If I can teach you anything about, the limitations of your printers and trying not to be printing these things at the last minute and getting disappointed when it stops printing halfway and it doesn't get the data sent all the way to the printer, it's because your files are too big and you're stressing your printer out. Probably stressing the computer out too. GraphTech, yep. So GraphTech is right there, right next to Roland, and they are pretty much neck and neck. So I was going to say the way the silhouette was designed from the very first silhouette that they had, because I remember purchasing one for the kids in the community because I didn't want them messing with my plotter. I wanted them to learn on their own little plotter, and so I purchased that for them. And I was very shocked to see that all the major functions that I could do on my Roland, they could do on the silhouette. Yeah, and I'm a user interface type of person. My background, for some of you who don't know, I have a background in fashion design, textiles. Textiles was my bachelor's and my first master's. And then I went on to do a master's and PhD in industrial engineering with an emphasis on human factors, ergonomics, user experience and interfacing, all of that stuff wrapped up into a t-shirt designer with a PhD, doctor t-shirt designer, mind you. Anyhow, but I love what I do. I love what I do. And I love the opportunity this has afforded me for being able to make an impact with my people, my fellow creatives. All right, so there was another variation of this design. I'm going to take it back to that now, which was black. So I'm just taking y'all backwards now, going back to the original template. All right, so that's the black and the gold. Looks good. I don't think I have to change anything other than the text. And of course the photo. So this is what I don't want y'all to do. I don't want y'all to have all of these different layers. I want you to, kind of design it once, save your PNGs, maybe have a couple here. But once you're done designing, don't have these smart objects have 20 different photos there. It will kill your Photoshop ability. It makes the file huge, and there's really no reason for it other than us being lazy and just not deleting the images that we don't need. Okay, I'm just taking this back to the very, very beginning so that I have all of these mock-ups for y'all, and then I'm gonna go on and stay up tonight, because if I don't do it now, I'm going to be lazy tomorrow, and I'm going to be last minute lazy, put it that way. All right, so that looks good. And I think we had a different logo. Yep. Let's change out the logo. And then you'll see, like, when I'm saying that these are literally 10-minute templates, when you get to understanding how the templates work, I'm changing between 3 different schools, different photos, different colorways, and each of those I can do within 10 minutes. Yeah, smart objects are the bomb diggity. I used to be afraid of them too. I used to be afraid of the pen tool. Oh my gosh. I used to use this little polygon lasso tool, and you would think I would break a mouse every week as much as I used to, click, 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 click to get something. And now I just use my little pen tool and, my other selection options. I'm more versed in that. I do a lot more with the recoloring and the blend modes and smart objects. I used to be intimidated. As much as I worked in Photoshop, I was intimidated by Photoshop until you all needed solutions. And I promise y'all, this is how life works. You know how, like, you'll be afraid of a frog as a person, but if a frog was in the way of, was in your car and you had your child in the car, all of a sudden you can not be afraid of frogs because you have to protect your child. That's kind of how I feel about teaching. So I might be intimidated by something, but as soon as I know that it would help you all, I buckle down, I learn it, and then I'm over my fears because I know I have to teach it. THD, I love it. Dr. Shirt Lady. Yeah. Whenever I would go places and do stuff remotely, they'd be like, oh, yeah, you're the shirt lady. Yep. Dr. Shirt Lady. Shirt lady with the PhD. That's me. That's funny, though. All right. So that one I said I was going to save as a little JPEG. So I have 3 variations, 1, 2, and 3. So all of the people, oops, I already have a 3, then I need a 4. All of the people that are featured in the template get the template for free. So if y'all ever see me asking you all to drop photos in one of my Facebook group posts, it's because if I use your photo, you get the template for free. All right, I'm going to take this back to our young gentlemen because I need some more young men and some more boys in our templates. Because this is my challenge. This is my personal challenge, how I feel about the kids, especially, the popular kids. If they won't wear it, then I have not done my job. So if they're embarrassed, if they're like, Mom, please take off that shirt. Like, please don't put me on a picture on your shirt. Then I know that's their design. My designs are the ones where the guys are like, you know what, Mom, can you get me one? Those are the type of designs that I like to do. And that has always been my challenge that I love to take on, because as soon as the boys would come in, especially the, popular athletes will come into the shop and they're all rolling their eyes like, Mom, you really gonna put a picture of me on your shirt? Come on, man, don't do that. And then when they see the design and they were like, hey, Mom, you can get me one of those? I need a medium. Yes, that is what makes me tick. All right, so let me see. Go ahead and save on this. And I think we have some navy blue in there. Let me make sure. I'm going back a little bit. Yep, there we go. All right, we're good. So I am going to save this template for you all. I must clean it up a little bit. I'm not going to do it tonight because I'm already tired, but it will look like this for you all tomorrow, okay? So you'll see it like this. We'll do everything that I did tonight. We'll do it together, change out the photos, and make this work for you, okay? Absolutely. And Teresa, the thing about these templates is they are suggestions, right? I use templates all the time, like back in the day when I was just trying to get a concept across, and I would always use a template that nobody would think to use for end use. So let's say if I was doing a football design, I might use a antique car show type of template just because I wanted to challenge myself to flip that design, right? So I want you to think of the same thing. This is a graduation template, but my goodness, the elements that are here can easily be changed out to say, it's a girl or a boy baby reveal. It's a birthday. It's a retirement, design. Anything that you can think of, you can take these design elements and these suggestions and flip them. And that's part of the fun of these templates. So absolutely, I could see this being a 420 design too. I think that might be a good challenge. We're going to do a challenge for in the Innate Creatives Facebook group, and I don't know what I'm going to name it yet. Y'all help me figure out the name for it. But that's exactly what we're going to do. Flip the template challenge. If it was a birthday template, let me see what you used it for. If it was a football template, let me see what you used it for. Graduation, turn it into a 420 design. I love to see that. Absolutely. All right, so like I said, I'm saving this for you all. Let me go ahead and get this mock-up file ready for y'all because a mock-up file is easy. We don't usually have time in class to do All right, loves. I had to restart my whole computer and try to get back online with StreamYard. So let me know if you can hear me, please. All right, and all I was doing next is just doing my little mock-up here. So I know I lost some of y'all. Y'all ready for bed anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and take care of this tonight. And y'all are welcome to stick around with me. All right, and I might have to not do StreamYard when I'm doing Photoshop. Something crazy is going on. All right, so let's see. What I'm going to do is replace these images with the images that we did tonight. And let me go ahead and do a file save as. When I do save as, it saves another version of the file that does not save over my previous version. So I'm going to save this as the 130 mockup. All right. So after this, I'm going to let y'all go to bed, okay? I know it's Saturday tomorrow, but I know we all, Fridays are like the busiest day for me, because usually it's just the end of the week. You're trying to get everything wrapped up, trying to get everybody ready for whatever events and things that they're trying to look good for. And it does kind of tie you up a little bit. All right, now I'm going to bring in my image here from my 130. I believe it saved them all. So this will be my PNG. I'm going to change this to multiply just so I can make this about the size of my previous one. So I can kind of get that 13 by 19 scaling already down. Looks good. I'm going to go ahead and save that. And all those JPEG, oh, I know what I have to do. Let me go ahead and merge these layers. This is why I did a save as. And that is a smart object again. All right, so now I have my 13 by 19 here. I'm going to move this image down just a little bit. Well, I guess I kind of want to see that logo. All right, and then these two I'll do as my all overs. I have 3 different designs here. Oh, you know what? It didn't save one of my designs. So let me see if I can save it. All right, so I got my black in there. Let's go ahead and merge those layers. And I'm trying to find the one we previously worked on before I shut down my computer. Oh, I know where it went. This is where it went. All right, so let's go ahead and push this image down a little bit. Oops. I have to unlink this layer mask where the neck is, unless it's already been moved. There it goes. There we go. It's 1 and 2, and then I have the other ones. I just saved them in the wrong folder. So let's go ahead, double click on this one. All right, and well, oh, I need to merge. And the reason why I'm merging it is because this forces you to make these template files to where each smart object overrides the previous smart object. If not, these mockup files will be huge, because every time you create a mockup, you will have those layers saved in your smart objects, and mockup files are not meant to be huge files. All right, so I can do a little bit better job cleaning up that color, but it is what it is for right now. And then I think what I'm gonna do is all over here. I like the red contrast with the gold here. And then I want to be able to show you all that there's a 13 by 19 version. So I think this serves a purpose. I'm going to go ahead and type up here, which is what I expect. I mean, I don't mind if you use my mock-up. I give y'all these mock-ups now as part of the class. Like I said, I really do my best to make sure that you all have a lot of tools to work with. All right, so this is the 130 course. This course is graduation, smart color. And I don't know if these are really called smart colors. I thought I was making something up calling them smart colors. So I think it just makes you remember that this is a simplified template that even though it looks really complex, you're just going to change out a few colors and some text. So smart color change, you get the template for free. We're definitely modifying our blend modes. We're adding text. You're going to get the free mockup and you will add your own image. And of course, I will go over the requirements for this is just as simple as having 2 photos and 1 mascot. That's all I'm requiring you to come with, 2 photos and 1 mascot. I would prefer that you have the images cut out. And I think we'll have a whole nother class on just different techniques for cutting out images. I just suggest that you use Remove BG. You can also use the smart feature that we use today with the selection. It's hit or miss in a lot of respects, depending on how high quality or low quality your image is. But Remove BG does a good job on the low quality images as well as the high quality images. So I just want y'all to think about that. All right, so that's saved. Of course, I'm going to change my color here for this 130. Make it match. Let's do the red is standing out for me. And let's do the navy blue. Here we go. All right, so this will be 130. And maybe for my text here, let me change my text to color overlay. Let's do the red text. Make the red stand out a little bit. There we go. And now this is ready for y'all. So my 130 mockup will come with the class. However, we're probably not going to do this in class. And a lot of times if I say that, in order to avoid people trying to punk me into doing it at the end of the class, I might not give y'all the file until after class. So we're not pressured to do anything that we did not intend to do in class, okay? And I appreciate y'all waiting for me. But now I'm going to give y'all a chance to go to bed. I'm going to save this stuff. I will have the class ready for y'all Saturday. I just wanted to give y'all an idea of what we were going to be doing for Sunday. Because I know a lot of you want to plan your day to see if this is what you want to do with your Sunday evening. And I understand that. So this is what we're doing Sunday evening. I think it would be highly beneficial for you all to come, especially if you are learning to do these all over designs, if you're learning to do these graduation designs. Let's say you have a few graduation orders lined up. Come to class with those photos and get that done in class. I'm not telling you can't come to class and make money. Bring your clients, your 2 clients' photos and an image of the mascot or the logo, and let's get that work done. Okay. All right, love. So I'm getting sleep to the P, and I appreciate you all. I love y'all dearly, and you know I appreciate you. And I spent a little extra time trying to do a little makeup. I felt guilty about abandoning y'all last weekend, but we are ready to work this weekend. Okay. And I'll be checking in with you all maybe even tomorrow because I have a few projects lined up and I might do them either live or show you what I'm working on tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, Lisa, don't do nothing, but you could just watch the screen. You are good, Lisa. Just don't try to do anything too heavy. Um, just come and just chill, okay? We got you. All right, you got a whole senior class. That's what these smart objects and these smart colors and these templates are all about. You set up one school and change out those photos. Boom, boom, you're good to go. If you don't put names on stuff, then that's half the battle. You wouldn't have to personalize them all. Uh, change out the photos and put, this school class of 2021. Boom, you're good. Okay. Well, I will be there for you, Lisa, if you decide to participate. I got you. Okay. Make sure you get through it. All right, loves. Well, y'all know what's coming up next. I haven't said it in like 2 weeks, so I feel a little weird. I might need y'all's help on this one. Oh, man. So it's about that time where I have to let you go. But until next time, you know what it is. Bye.